Welcome back to Seraph the Anime Review Part 2. This one I'm covering episodes 2 through 6, which is kind of like a training arc in a way. Yes, it is. The arc is referred to as the second Subukai High School arc. Yep, this is a quite interesting one. This one chooses several characters who will appear over the course of the various series. Yep. Now, nothing. Okay, yes. Now, in the case of the characters appearing here, we have the first appearances of, like, Commander Girin. Yep. Though technically you can say he did make a first appearance in episode 1, but he didn't name himself. Nope. And Girin is voiced by a guy by the name of David Tosco. There are a few others. You have Sonia Hiragari. She's voiced by Fujia Agile. Yes, and this is one with purple hair. And she gets some very interesting development over the course of the series. She's introduced as Yu's surveillance officer. Yep. Now there's others. You also have Yurichi Sotomomi. He's voiced by Chris Barnett. You also have... Yeah, this guy, he is basically a character similar to you, who lost his family when he was younger. Well, actually, he lost his sister, and he kind of wants revenge on the vampires for killing his sister. There's also another character who's dealing with the loss of his sister, is Sho Kamagaki. He's voiced by the ever-awesome Ian St. Clair. Yep. This particular episode is also the debut of another character who was one of the vampires of the series, and she's the Queen of Japan. Her name is Carl Trups. Yes, she's voiced by Monica Real. Yep. Yeah, she's the Queen of Vampires. Yes, and it's also in these episodes that Mika survived. Yeah, he was turned into a vampire by... How? Well, she kind of in a way made her mouth bleed a little bit. So she kind of basically gave it to Mika by turning vampire by kissing him. Yep, she made out with him. Kind of giving him his first kiss. Yeah, for him, it's probably like, damn, I got kissed by a smoking hot vampire. Yes, and this woman, yeah, it's later revealed this woman's over 1,000 years old. No joke about that. This might think this woman looks like she's probably in her mid-teens. And like another character Monica Real voice, she's kind of flat-chested. Though I'm not going to blame the character design for that. Yeah, second time I've seen a character voice Monica Real where a character is sort of flat-chested. Yeah, they also had this in the series Death March for Rhapsody, where she voices an 11-year-old who's got a thing for the main character of the series. This one, no. Though she is basically the one to join Mika. From the research I did, this is the only person she ever turned into vampire. Yeah, the only one. Despite the fact when she was turned into vampire, she was one of several of the people who turned her into a vampire. But she only turned one, Mika. And when they show him in this particular arc, he's seen same group of people from these horsemen of the apocalypse, these giant monsters, and this girl who he saved. Officer Blood, though she kind of turns it down. And then the arc ends for him, basically, he's on a helicopter on his way to North Tokyo to engage in war with the Japanese demon army. In the case of Yu, he apparently, because he disobeyed orders, he killed the horse apocalypse really easily. Instead of being commended for doing it, he gets suspended because disobeyed orders. Like he's told, like, oh yeah, you should run because you're a foot soldier. He's like, no, I'm well trained. I will deal with this. And he deals with the monster really easily. Yeah, they think he'll get killed. Nope, he doesn't get killed. He kills the monster really easily. And his suspension is to go to high school. Yep. And by the way, this school only appears in just this arc because the rest of the series, nope, high school does not appear. So he tries to basically do something in class. He basically really doesn't want to be there. He wants to be out in the field killing vampires with his katana. Though it's useful to kill the horsemen, definitely, but not against the vampires as later seen. So he's told basically to cooperate. And then he later meets up with Yu, he tries to stand in for him when he's being beaten up by bullies, but he can't attack civilians, otherwise though his suspension will be extended. So he kind of becomes errand boy for them, just because. And then he overhears there's a vampire attack. So basically he goes and gets his katana from his locker, finds a vampire really easily about to basically bite basically a teenage girl. He's able to basically protect her, though. He's trying to tell the one guy who he was told this guy was an officer candidate. Turns out the guy was a big fat lie. Nope, he never was. And in case you're curious for this character, he appears in the very next episode, and the guy never appears again in the series. Nope, he just disappears. And you ends up battling the vampire, though Yosei shows up, helps. He helps you. Though you is able to basically drag the thing outside and fend off basically by stabbing it. Though Gurren shows up basically and kills vampire himself with his cursed gear. And of course, well, you basically, obviously, who has sort of a love-hate relationship with him, he pretty much chastises Gurren for basically having him basically be here instead of fighting vampires. He says, okay, you did a good job protecting people. And of course, well, his condition, the reason why he had to save because he had to make some friends. And he did, he made a friend. So technically, he fulfilled his requirement so he could join the Vampire Extermination Squad. Cool, but he's still in school. Oh yeah, and the very next episode, the girl he saved gives him a sort of a love letter, stuffs in his pocket, and it's never mentioned again in the series. It's presumed he still has the letter, but it's never followed up with. I read the whole manga. I read currently. Yeah, this particular letter is never seen again. The girl who gives it to him is never seen again in this series. I mean, she probably did as a thank you for saving her life. She probably fell in love with him. I wouldn't be surprised if other women fell in love with him in the series. Though, it's kind of odd though. It's like they give this thing and they don't follow up with this at all. Because they give the whole thing of like a woman falling in love with him to another character, which I won't reveal who it is. Because I don't want to spoil people who actually haven't read the manga yet. So, he's wondering like, why is he still here? Basically, Sona doesn't know why. It's up to Colonel Gurren, and shows off her curse gear, which is a death scythe. Shows off her demon, who actually does not speak in the anime. Excuse me. Yeah, they did a lot of development with her demon later on in the series, where this guy is associated with vampires. Yeah. So he tries to take it from her. He fails, though he ends up basically being asked to save one of the kids who was, let's just say, well, about to be taken over by one of the cursed gears. Though he's able to free him from it, thanks to, well, easily figured out though that, well, Mika in his illusion is not really him because he knew Mika really well. So he's able to beat it, and that's that. So he's able to be assigned to a class where then, of course, we have another episode where episode 5 begins with Gurren in a very boring meeting. Even he falls asleep. By the way, his boss, a general who's played by Christopher Sabat, like a big, huge guy, of course it's Sabat. Because that's one of his things he likes doing, voicing characters who are this big and bulky. Like, they're big. He's somewhat loud, though, got that with him. He doesn't have a proclamation how much a man he is. But, yeah, this is Sabat's character. And I don't remember this character very much when I'm reading the manga. I think he didn't really appear very much. Though I've heard he's not really around anymore. I won't spoil that here. I'll probably spoil that in a later video. So, yeah, it was like, if anything I missed, basically, just have him for me later. So basically, he's sort of kicked in the face by you. He's like, basically says he's ready for the curse gear training, and Gurren's like, yeah, you're definitely ready. So hands off the special training. He's like, man, I want to go up by vampires now, but he doesn't want to go butt naked. So goes to class, and of course, well, in episode 5, they introduce Ian Segar's character. Yeah, they introduce his character. Shoho, yeah, they introduced him in this very episode. So they kind of had him basically like, so I have he calls him a telephone pole because he basically got hit by it. Though he later has some brief fight with him in the class, until Gurren's able to calm him down. So they have curse puppet training, though they had to call it off because his sister's basically getting turned for the worse. He wants to continue despite that, but Yu's like, go see your sister, man. So he goes with them. Oh yeah, and by the way, during this training, various characters all handcuff each other. So it's Yurichi and Sona are handcuffed together as partners. So work together to defeat the cursed puppet. So he goes see his sister at the hospital, and so she's doing perfectly fine, though they're still handcuffed. Then later on, of course, the very next episode, they actually go for their contracts. And it's just he tries out who can survive with the cursed gear, the black demon cursed gear, and it just three characters because Shona basically always got her, so Yurichi, Shoho, and Yu basically all get a chance to try out the cursed gear. Get the cursed gear. So Yuko's got to go after Katana. Sona goes after twin swords, and Yurichi goes after a bow. In the case of Sona, he actually conquers his fear pretty easily because he knows his sister he's able to get twin swords. Yu, because he fought a demon before, so he's able to fight this one. So this one's name is Amaterasu, who is voiced by Colleen Clickenbeard. Which overall, for me, this is the 26th anime I've seen her in, which makes it the second highest of all the voice actors I've seen. Yeah, for him, it's the 20th. Yep, 25th, which is cool. I love it. So, it takes him a bit, and of course, Amaterasu takes a liking to him. Now, this is a woman voicing a boy. Yes, when I saw Amaterasu in the manga, I thought this character was a girl, based upon the way the character looked. Nope, it's a guy. Yep, it's a freaking guy. So, apparently it took a while when he got out, and of course Yurichi took a freaking long time with his, because he reliving his most dramatic moment scene in Desert Sister, though he gets turned to a human demon, and of course, since Yu and Sona basically got their mission, take this one out, though, thanks to Yu basically helping out Yurichi, he's able to conquer his particular demon, and he gets himself a cursed gear, his bow. Yep, and then they go off to war with the vampires, the very next arc, which takes up the next 5 episodes of the series. Yeah, next arc is called the Sunjaku arc. Yeah. We're just going to be interested to cover this one. Yep. So yeah, that's it for Single View. Of course, I'm doing another one hopefully tonight, if I get a chance to. I may get a chance to finish up soon. So, it'll probably take me, because I'll probably put this video probably soon, in probably a little over an hour or so. It probably won't be until almost 10 o'clock by the time I finally get to doing my next part for this review. And probably, and this is my personal guess, probably my last 2 or 3 videos probably tomorrow. Because I think tomorrow I'll probably cap off the series. Okay? But see you next video. Bye.